Hey everyone, this is Carmen. Welcome back to the Copywriting Critique series. This is part 2, and today we're looking at another email one of my students sent me. If you're part of the Copywriting Academy that you can check out in the description, you get critique and coaching from me. So if that's something you want to do in your copywriting and freelance career, feel free to join and I can help you out with any of your copywriting needs and freelancing questions or anything else you need help with. But this is an email one of my students sent me. It's pretty short, nothing too crazy, so I thought we'd look at it. See where we can improve it and essentially go through some of the thinking and strategies to improve this. And whether this is an email being sent out for a client or something that they're sending out, they'll get much better results. But right away, I don't see a subject line or a preview text. So that's one of the first things we need to add. So we have subject lines, because normally we're going to have a couple different ideas. And like I talked about in the last video, typically you're going to split test your subject lines and see what performs the best. And then you can send that out to future prospects or the rest of your list. So preview text. And now with subject lines, I've said it many times that curiosity is one of the best motivators for email copywriting in your subject line, because if you can give some value or context, but you don't give away the full story, that's going to entice them to click the email and read it to figure out the rest. But you want to give them some kind of value or offer that actually makes them interested and excited to even open the email to begin with. And then the preview text is that small little section that they see before they open the email. Typically, you also want to build off of the subject line, offer a benefit, maybe a call to action, something to entice them to click again. So subject lines, let's actually go through the email to begin with, and then we can build it based on what we see. So is this you, first name? I like that they're using personalization. Point of view, you're creating reels every day, but you're only getting 2,000 to 4,000 views. They have a GIF here of SpongeBob, so obviously it's related to the copy. Obviously he's upset or stressed out, so it's relatable. Look, man, I've been there, creating reels every day, getting no views, no engagement, feeling like it's impossible to get your reels viral. Well, it's not that complicated. The truth is, it takes strategic, informed, and consistent effort to crack the code on going viral. Learning the art of creating a viral reel is tough, and once you do, you'll be getting millions of views, or at least be able to pay off your Happy Meal debt, all in just 15 days of focused and consistent effort. So ask yourself this: would you pay 15 days of the most intense work you've done in your life for a shot at a life-changing opportunity? Once that would allow you to have everything you ever wanted, provide for those who you love. P.S. Click here to join the revolution. Talk soon, Megan. So it looks like essentially they're offering Instagram or like short form editing services for Instagram Reels and that kind of video content. It's, an okay start, definitely needs quite a bit of work, but we can definitely improve this. So to begin, we'll actually just work on the email and then we'll go back and we'll do the subject lines. Now, me personally, I tend to keep graphics and things like that out of my emails. I focus mostly just on text. And maybe if I'm doing a newsletter or maybe if it's an e-commerce email, sales email, it depends. Obviously, there could be graphics and images and videos and things embedded, but typically, probably with this kind of audience too, if I'm sending it to business owners, it isn't the most professional to include a SpongeBob GIF or something like that. So I'd probably cut it out. You could always test it if you really wanted to, but I think I would probably just leave that out. As well, when you're including images and those type of things, there is a chance it could be considered spam by Google or whoever their inbox is, and then it just goes to their junk folder or something, right? So the simpler in structure you can keep your email, the better, not only just for conversion rates, the reading experience, but actually landing it in their inbox and not having it bounce or anything. So I like that they used personalization. That's huge. You need that in your email copywriting. So is this you, first name? We do need some grammar and copy editing to get fixed up in here. So is this you, first name? I'd probably remove the POV. We don't really need to say that. You're creating reels every day, but only getting 2,000 to 4,000 views. And so we want to make this hook very strong. So clearly if somebody's making short form content, let's think about a problem they would face. It would most likely be having a lack of time, lack of results. They're putting in a ton of work, but they're not really getting anything out of it. So we want to hit that pain point just a bit harder so we get their attention right away, because if we don't do that, they might just click off the email. So is this you, first name? You're creating reels every day, but only getting 2,000 to 4,000 views. No matter how hard you work or how much content you make, it never drives the results you want. Feels like you're wasting your time, and you question if content marketing is even worth it. And one thing we'll do just to kind of do some research actually is I'm going to pull up the Reddit, or I'll find some subreddit communities around editing and short form content, and we'll see what we can actually mine from there. Okay, so I'm here on Reddit. I just typed in Instagram growth. I'm going to pull up some threads and see what we can actually get from here. Because once again, research is really important. And with Reddit and these communities, social media, review websites, you literally get your target audience having a discussion and a conversation. So it's an incredibly useful tool. I use this every single day. And let's kind of just go through some of these threads. So I pulled this one up. So it looks like 2 months ago, I created my profile. I've done these things, but with no success. I've been reposting and engaging with other profiles, posting images and video clips, following people, commenting, sharing, okay. So paid is a necessity for growing a business from scratch. Following the right people. Okay, interesting. So let's go back to the copy. No matter how hard you work or how much content you make, it never drives the results you want. It feels like you're wasting your time and question if content marketing is even worth it. We'll probably put in between this. You've tried everything from following other creators to paying for ads. And reposting other pages' content. It feels like you're wasting your time. You question if all of this is even worth it. Look, man, I've been there. Creating reels every day. So we have to kind of just fix this up. I like that it's conversational. It sounds like somebody's speaking it, right? Like a friend to a friend. It flows really nicely, but we just have to tweak it a little bit so it flows a little bit better. So look, man, I've been there. I was creating reels every day, but I was getting no views, no engagement. It felt like it was impossible to get my reels viral. Well, it's not that complicated. The truth is, okay, so we're hitting the pain point, and then we're also making it relatable. We're telling our story, which is very powerful. If you can intertwine your experience with the pain point or the product and they can relate to that, it's really, really powerful when it comes to building that emotional connection with the audience. Now, what I would do here is I would start transitioning into the offer perhaps, or the unique mechanism, which essentially is what makes this offer stand out from the rest. And what was that maybe secret little thing that was missing that you're gonna share with them if they essentially take action? So I was getting no views, no engagement. It felt like it was impossible to get my reels viral. I stumbled upon a method that changed everything. I started getting 10 times the views and engagement overnight. The truth is that it takes strategic, informed, and consistent effort to crack the code on going viral. So we'll actually remove that. I'll say I started getting 10x the views and engagement and finally cracked the code on going viral. Learning the art of creating a viral reel is tough. Once you do, you'll be getting millions of views. We can remove that too. You'll be getting millions of views. So we'll say if you want to be getting millions of views. Actually, you know what we'll do? We'll actually use some bullets here. So if you want to be, we'll do it like this. If you want to be getting millions of views, earning more revenue and income, provide for your loved ones and have financial freedom. So I'd remove this. I'm not really sure what they're talking about, the Happy Meal debt. It's kind of not necessarily relevant or kind of helping anything. So in just 15 days of focus and consistent effort, ask yourself this. So if If you want to be getting millions of views, earning more revenue and income, provide for your loved ones, and have financial freedom, all while working less and focusing on other important tasks like attending to clients. And then we can remove this right here. The PS, typically you want to add an extra sense of maybe urgency or scarcity, some additional value. You can recap the offer. If this was in a series of emails, you might give them a heads up of what's to come, or you might recap the previous email that you sent. But normally you wouldn't have just the main call to action in the PS. That doesn't make sense. So we're also gonna remove that there. And then we can start essentially introducing the call to action. Now, again, this is essentially real editing services from what I understand. So we're gonna say, all while working less and focusing on other important tasks like attending to clients, then schedule a free consultation with my team to learn how we can take care of your short form editing and content strategy. And then of course right here we would need a link, and that would just go out to maybe the Calendly link, any other kind of tool that you use for scheduling, but imagine it just going to that. Now the PS, something we could do here because we're doing a consultation and a service, is that we would probably want to make a sense of scarcity or urgency. And there's a couple things we could say, like PS, I only have 3 slots available for new clients. If you're serious about driving revenue and growth through social, schedule a call ASAP. Talk soon, Meg. And then we sign it off with our name. That's good, just for branding and creating that connection with the audience. And now we can go into the subject lines because we actually have the email mostly done. And we'll probably go through into some other things we can do for it. I have a couple ideas right now, but let's do some subject lines. So as per usual, we want to write a few just to kind of get some ideas down and maybe split test. So let's do one where we're essentially hitting the pain points. So stuck, or maybe we'll say, are your reels stuck at 200 views? And I'm also going to change this to probably 200 to 400. I know that when people tend to struggle with the short form, it gets stuck in that range. So we're hitting their pain point, right? It's something that they're experiencing, that's a problem and a challenge, and that's going to get their interest. So are you stuck? Are your reels stuck at 200 views? Want to go viral on social every time? And then one last one, we'll say need help from content strategy pros. So it's a question. Questions are very powerful too because it gets their attention. They're going to be thinking yes or no and kind of related to the copy and what we're asking them. So if you can add that in the subject line, that's really good too. Just a few ideas, and again, if we're using HubSpot, whatever it is, I would plug a few of these in and essentially split test that. And now with the preview text, we want to build off of the subject line. So we might say, learn the secret system to going viral every time. Because after all, that's essentially what they're going after, is that they're struggling to get their short form content to go viral or get attention. So that would be the preview text. We'll put that there. And now let's just run through the email again and essentially what we did. So is this you, first name? We're adding that personalization, really, really big for email engagement and performance. You're creating reels every day, but only getting 200, 400 views. No matter how hard you work or how much content you make, it never drives the results you want. You've tried everything from following other creators to paying for ads and reposting other pages' content. It feels like you're wasting your time and you question if all of this is even worth it. So we're hitting their pain point. This is the hook. It's the first thing they're going to read beyond the subject line, and it really needs to get their attention. It has to be very relevant, but we're hitting their pain point because that makes it emotionally stimulating and it makes them want to find a solution, and then we transition into that solution, which is our offer. Look, man, I've been there. I was creating reels every day, but I was getting no views, no engagement. It felt like it was impossible to get my reels viral. And now what we're doing here is we're making it more personal. We're telling a story, we're making it relatable, and we're showing that we've been in their shoes and we know how it is. And then we transition into, but I stumbled upon a method that changed everything. And then we can even emphasize that. I started getting 10x of views and engagement overnight and finally cracked the code on going viral. So essentially we have the solution, right? But we're not giving it away. They still have to read to find out, creating that kind of sense of mystery and curiosity. If you want to be getting millions of views, earning more revenue and income, provide for your loved ones, and have financial freedom, and that should say actually providing, for your loved ones and have financial freedom, all while working less and focusing on other important tasks like attending to clients. So essentially what we're doing here is we're transitioning not only into the offer, but the benefits. So you're gonna be getting more engagement, more views, but you're gonna be making more money. You can provide for your loved ones, have financial freedom. So maybe the feature, right, is these editing services and what we're doing as a content strategist or editor. But really the benefit is they're making more money, they're getting more customers, they're working less, and they can focus on pleasing their clients and doing deliverables. Then schedule a free consultation, that's the call to action, with my team to learn how we can take care of your short form editing and content strategy. And then with the PS, again, we're making a sense of urgency because we're saying we only have 3 slots available for new clients. So you have to book a time very soon or you might miss out. And if you can do that in terms of limited inventory, putting a limited time frame on the offer, maybe a discount code, something like that. It depends on the nature of the email and the business, but very, very good for pushing people to take action and making them feel like, hey, I got to do something now or I might miss out on this great service. And then of course we signed it off with our name there. So a pretty good email. You saw how it started and when we transitioned into it. This is a really fundamental staple email. We have good subject lines, the preview text. We're using personalization. We're hitting the pain point. We're talking about our own story. We're hitting the benefits of what we're offering. We have a call to action, urgency and scarcity. This is a pretty solid email. And it doesn't have to be very long. This is probably perfect, I think, for this kind of email. You could use this for cold emailing. This could be good if you already have maybe a list and they downloaded lead magnets related to social media marketing, reels, and then you sent it to them. But as you can see, it doesn't have to be crazy long or complicated as long as you have good structure, good flow, and it's using those staple strategies. They're always going to work. And now, again, if you want help with your own copywriting, marketing, or freelancing, feel free to join the Copywriting Academy in the description or the Discord. If you have any questions about it, feel free to ask me. And if there's something you would like to see here on my YouTube channel, just drop it in the comments, and I would love to make that as a future video. Hope you're having a great week, and I'll see you in the next one.